The only people who don't want to disclose the truth are people with something to hide.
But we have a lot to talk about. We have an opportunity yesterday here on 710knus.com. We played a remarkable video. It's the piece that's coming from Joe Arpaio, and talking about what is to come. And he actually had that cut in there, and we'll see if, by the way, I see Casey's off the line right now. I hope we will speak with Mike Volen and come right on the show. But there was that piece in that. It was such a telling piece, and it's still up when you have Chris Matthews talking about Indonesian birth, and now you get to watch Chris Matthews call other people names. This guy has been so instrumental, and we have an opportunity to have him early. I know there's a huge story in Fort Hood to talk about, but I do want to place Mike in here with us this morning for the time that we're allowed. Mike Volen joins us. Hey, Michael, good morning. I know it's a busy morning for you as well. Thank you for coming back to Denver, and thank you for coming back to 710.
I'd like to thank you also, Peter.
Yeah. Tell folks who you are so we get, the sense of you, and if you would take it from there.
My name is Mike Volen. I'm the owner of Where's Obama's Birth Certificate.com. Since the 2008 election, we've had the website up and running, questioning Obama's identification. There are many questions right up until today about his identity, and certainly it looks like he's a fraud and an imposter. We've been running the website. We originally had a stamp made up. We stamped everything in sight, including currency, and that was to bypass people like Chris Matthews and the mainstream media because the message just wasn't getting out there, Peter. We kept the website up. We kept every court case. We posted it. I guess you could say we're a repository of information. We try to keep up with it. And then when the Sheriff Joe Arpaio from the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office launched his investigation, we had the advantage of getting in contact with Mike Zullo, and we ran with it. We took and we made what's called the Sheriff's Kit. It's the investigation from the Sheriff's Department. It's available on my website. We call it a Sheriff's Kit. You can download it for free. We don't charge anything. I've mailed out, Peter, probably 1,000 kits. We gave almost every member of Congress a kit, whether it was me personally and my crew in Washington last November, or people that download them, including a listener, Peter, a listener in your audience named Tim. About a week ago, went to Representative Gardner's office and gave a half-hour presentation. The kit comes with a DVD and a 57-page affidavit and a cover letter, and he said that their mouths dropped. They knew about something, maybe being born in Kenya or something, but he showed them the Sheriff Joe Arpaio news conference, the Selective Service registration forgery, and they're going to look into this. As a matter of fact, I understand that there was a private investigator hired by Gardner to look into this. So, and it just ran, Peter. People started grabbing kits. I've got so many supporters, and we just kept going. And recently, I just sent you the other day, I thank you for posting it, we made a video, and it's a primer, it's a precursor, it's for people who don't understand the past, what led up to this, where we are right now about the forgery and falsification, and we put it out there, and it's just gone viral, and I thank you for putting it out there.
And we had over 4,000 looks at that yesterday. 4,000 looks, yeah. And we can play the beginning of it again. Casey's really running hard this morning, but we can play the front end of that again because it gets so much attention. You know, one of the great giveaways in this, Mike, is the second where you have, of all people, Mr. Hardball himself, Chris Matthews, and Chris Matthews talking about Barack Obama's Indonesian birth. And now you find the same Chris Matthews screaming racist and bigot at anyone who says what he said at one time. Are you fascinated by that?
Yes, I am, Peter. And I'd like to thank Pixel Patriot. He's the one that produced the video. We worked together for 5 weeks, day and night, phone call after phone call. I purposely put that in there because I don't think everybody's aware that at the beginning, Chris Matthews said, and we have the transcript, it's posted on the video, that Obama was born in Indonesia and had Muslim roots.
Yeah.
And he was all about that.
And was Stephanopoulos when he covered down for him that time, and he said, oh, you mean your Christian roots?
Absolutely. When Obama said Muslim roots,
I'm going to do this. I'm going to play that. Do we okay with that? I'm going to put you on hold. This is your own work. But for people who have never heard this, this is the opening of Michael's video. It's up available to you on you can have it, 710knus.com.
President Obama's birth certificate as released by the White House in April of 2011 on the official White House website, as we suspect it is a fraudulent document.
I've been puzzled at the degree to which this thing just kept on going.
This continuing investigation has uncovered new information that deepens our concern that the birth certificate document is a forgery.
After an official law enforcement investigation spanning over 2 years, the crimes of the greatest fraud in the history of the world are about to be revealed.
These are facts that we are talking about. It's an official investigation.
In 2007, MSNBC's Chris Matthews reported Obama was born in Indonesia and has an Islamic background. Then, along with the rest of the media, Matthews began mocking those seeking the truth about Obama's life narrative as birthers, including Sheriff Arpaio and his investigation.
The cold case posse has
We'll let it go at that. We'll stop it there. There it is, and when you see it, so overwhelming, and people can go to our website right now, 710knus.com, and see that. Here's Chris Matthews, who now just attacks anyone who said exactly what he said and apparently believed. Now, he's very much, does it strike you that he's very much like Bill O'Reilly?
I think he's in a little bit of a different class. I think he's more arrogant. Later on in the video, there's a clip where Chris Matthews says he's never done anything, referring to Obama, he's never done anything wrong in his life.
Yeah.
What are we talking about here, Peter?
Yeah.
On one hand, he's saying he was born in Indonesia. That should be the biggest story on the news 24/7. Now, on the other hand, he's praising him.
Yeah.
What do we have here? We have a cover-up.
Yeah. Well, and again, it's now in some cases, the broken record. Our questions, I think, are valid. Our answers, we don't have known answers, but we have pretty strong beliefs. And so then where do we arrive at this point in time? And I do want you to talk about the birth certificate again, and I think you said 20 clear forgeries. And the reason we're doing this early is this is the opportunity we have to be with Mike early. So if you would, the clear-cut forgeries.
The only people who don't want to disclose the truth are people with something to hide.